The workers gather pollen for the queen.
Good morning, Corey. Good morning, Michelle.
But the bees, they're dying. And that's the way they planned it. To make us the same as the bees.
Let's go again.
But it is not in control anymore. We are.
How's it going, guys? Welcome back to my channel and time for another episode of Luke's Reviews. On today's video, Yorgos Lanthimos and Emma Stone are re-teaming for their fourth feature film together, and this time round, they're delving into the world of conspiracy theories and potential aliens among us, because God forbid Yorgos Lanthimos ever made just a period natural drama. I mean, he kind of did with The Favourite, but I mean, it still felt like a Yorgos Lanthimos film. Anyway, this is my review of Bugonia. Jesse Plemons stars as Teddy, a man living in squalor on a bee reserve with his mentally handicapped cousin. But Teddy is a man on a mission to save the world, for he believes that aliens live among us. Chief in Principal, pharmaceutical CEO, Michelle Fuller. So, him and his cousin enact a plan to kidnap Fuller, reveal her true identity, and save planet Earth from impending destruction courtesy of alien overlords. Or has Teddy fallen down an unbelievably dark rabbit hole? I have followed Yorgos Lanthimos' work for quite a while now, and I think you can essentially split his filmography in two. On one side, you have your Poor Things, The Favourite, The Lobster, absurdist, extravagant, darkly comic stories, sometimes with a fantastical edge. And on the other are his darker, more unsettling tales, the likes of Dogtooth, The Killing of a Sacred Deer, and now Bugonia. And whilst I thoroughly enjoy whenever Lanthimos is being his quirky, avant-garde self, I think I actually prefer his films when he is exploring those darker avenues. So much so that I would say that Bugonia might just be my favourite film of Lanthimos's yet. Right off the bat, I think the thing you need to know most about Bugonia is just how unsettling the whole film is. On paper, yes, a bit of a ridiculous premise. But as you're witnessing how deranged Teddy is and how overcome with this obsession, he is just unable to fixate on reality, and it quickly enters into dangerously real territory. You really don't have to look particularly hard to find other people who are chronically online who believe in these wild conspiracy theories, but to such a dangerous extent. What makes Teddy such an interesting character is, of course, the script, but also because of how incredible Jesse Plemons is. Looking perpetually disheveled, Plemons gives possibly the best performance of his career. Teddy is an amalgamation of fear, insecurities, grief, suppressed anger, and ignorance. His unpredictability and manipulation of his cousin is disturbing to watch. More so because you are unable to figure out if he is consciously enacting any of this or not. His cousin, played by total newcomer Aidan Delbis, is arguably the heart of Bugonia, as his character is puppeteered much of the time by Teddy, often shot down if he ever has a thought or idea of his own. There is perhaps a warped comparison to be made to Of Mice and Men, particularly the characters of George and Lenny, however, much less in a brotherly way. But as is always the case with Yorgos Lanthimos films of late, his muse is Emma Stone, and what a muse she is. This performance from Stone is far and away removed from what we saw from her as Bella Baxter. Michelle Fuller is a different beast entirely. She's a much more self-determined character, and given her power and status outside of Teddy's basement or holding cell, she is trying to do her best to play chess against these two, but it's not even like these guys are wanting to play chess with her. It's not even like they're trying to do checkers instead. It's that he's so far off the mark that Teddy's somehow demanding that they play snakes and ladders. What I found so fascinating with her character was that exact attribute. You can see the cogs turning in her head about how to always de-escalate the situation and work it to her advantage. However, thanks to Stone giving more of a steelier performance than we typically see from her, One could read her resilience as more of a possibility that there could be a semblance of truth to Plemons' accusations. As I alluded to earlier, Bugonia doesn't exactly mince its words when it is clear on what it's satirizing. Plemons goes on these diatribes about how he's done all this research on the dark web. I mean, his character is the epitome of incel culture. The ending of the film does give you somewhat of a definitive answer. I'm obviously not going to explain what it is, but in a way, it's kind of inconsequential because of the events that have transpired well before then. You can have your burping bubbles from Poor Things or animalistic couples from The Lobster. I get my kicks from Yorgos Lanthimos when he shines a spotlight on just how psychotic humans have the capacity to be. I found Bugonia to be incredibly uncomfortable for much of the runtime, given how somewhat grounded the plot was. Emma Stone is a marvel as always, but Jesse Plemons might outshine in what I consider to be among the best performances of the year. Yes, I can confidently say that this is my favourite Yorgos Lanthimos movie to date. I'm going to give Bugonia a 9 out of 10. Anyway, guys, those were my thoughts on Bugonia. Let me know, have you had a chance to see the film yet? What did you think? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. And my question to you, if Bugonia is my favourite Yorgos Lanthimos movie, what's yours? But that is all the time we have for today, so thank you very much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.
Hello, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have, make sure to click that like button, and if you aren't already, click that subscribe button too.